Fitness. We're back on the mat again. Today we're going to be doing some stretches that can help increase your flexibility. Stretching out your muscles is important because it improves your posture, it preserves the range of motion in your joints, and if you play a sport, it can reduce the chance of you getting hurt. The most important thing to remember when you stretch is to move slowly and stay safe. That way we do our best to not strain any muscles. Let's get started. We're going to start off in a pike position. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you want and try to reach your hands as far as you can to the ground. If you can get your hands to the ground, that's great. It's a great stretch for your hamstrings. If not, just reach as far as you can. If you can get your knees straight, that's good. You don't have to. Keeping them bent will still give you a wonderful stretch for your hamstrings. Now we're going to shift into a straddle position. You can have your feet a little bit more than hip width apart. This is also a good stretch for your hamstring and your inner thigh. We're going to reach right side and then left side, and then we'll go right into the middle. Feel free to bend your knees if you feel like you're a little bit tight in the hamstrings. Next, we're going to go into a little bit of an arm string. This is a great stretch for your shoulders, and it's also a good warm-up. I'm going to go up and down a few times, side to side a couple more times. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to move into a seated pike. You can keep your legs straight here, or you can keep them bent as much as you want. It'll still give you a good stretch. Try to reach your hands as far as you can towards your toes. You can bend one leg at a time if that makes it easier for you to stretch. Next, you're going to flex your feet and use your hands to pull the toes towards your chest. If you want, you can bend your knees here, or you can keep them straight. Once you feel like you've gotten a good stretch in that seated pike, we're going to go ahead and move into a straddle. In this position, do not force your legs out more than they can go. Just sit in a comfortable straddle where you can feel a moderate stretch in your inner thighs. I'm going to go ahead and do a side stretch on my right arm, reaching towards my right ankle. Make sure that your left hip stays on the mat while you're doing this stretch. Now I'm going to reach both of my arms towards my right ankle, and I'm going to try to get my nose to touch my knee. It's okay if it doesn't touch, as long as you feel a good stretch in your hamstring and the back of your quad. I'm going to go ahead and repeat these stretches on my left side. The last stretch we're going to do in this position is going to be a reach into the middle. This is going to stretch both of your hips and your inner thighs. I'm going to walk my arms out a little bit further and put my head down. You can do this if you would like. In this next stretch, I'm going to bring my right arm across my chest, and it's going to stretch my right side deltoid. Next, put your right hand on your back and use your left hand to pull your elbow back. This is a great stretch to help open up your shoulders. I'm going to go ahead and repeat these stretches on my left side. For this stretch, I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my back and straighten my arms. This is also a nice stretch for your shoulders. Once you get into it, feel free to move your palms together and pull your shoulders back, and try to keep your back as straight as possible. This pose is called puppy pose. It is an excellent way to stretch your shoulders and back, especially your lower back. Next up, I'm going to roll out my shoulders and do a couple neck stretches. For our next pose, we're going to move into a right square lunge. In this pose, you want to make sure that your hips are square and your left hip is pushed forward. From there, I'm going to move into a Spider-Man lunge by pushing my left hip forward. To get a deeper stretch, you can put your hands on your right knee and push through your left hip. The next stretch I'm going to do is optional. You can choose to lift your back leg up and catch it in your left arm. This will help intensify the stretch in your left hip. I'm now going to move into a counter stretch that's going to stretch the back of my leg. The last pose I'm going to do on my right leg is pigeon pose. This is going to stretch my hip flexors and my glutes. Once you've settled into the stretch, you can put your head on the ground. Now I'm going to repeat all those stretches that I did on my right leg on my left side, focusing on stretching my hips as far as I can without putting too much strain or pressure. For this next stretch, I'm going to move on my back and place my right ankle on my left knee. This is called a figure 4 stretch. This will stretch your hips, lower back, and glutes. For a deeper stretch, push on your right knee. Last stretch I'm going to do on my right side is a knee to chest stretch. This is going to stretch my hip flexors, quads, lower back, and neck flexors. I'm going to go ahead and repeat the figure 4 stretch and knee to chest stretch on my left side. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed those stretches. See you guys later.